We had an agreement for me to manage him.
This was not my first rodeo, so I didn't mind helping her.
He went to modeling school. I paid for that.
She never got you any gigs?
No.
I mean,
she was pretty new.
My credentials already speak for themselves, Rick.
I'm here to sue my broke baby daddy. He slapped me in the face in front of my kids.
She broke my heart. That's why I got a tattoo on my face, you know, a broken heart.
He steals our stuff. He stole my car while I was in the hospital giving birth to our second kid.
The truth will come to light.
Plaintiff Maya Martindale claims her former client agreed to split modeling class tuition to benefit his career. She's suing for $782.50. Defendant Richardo Harvey says he never agreed to pay for modeling classes. He claims he owes nothing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
This is case number 139 on the docket.
we have the plaintiff, Maya Martindale. You are suing your former friend and client, Richardo Harvey, for $782.50 for modeling classes. Maya, what do you got?
In 2018, in January, I was pursuing business entertainment at the
So
same time.
you were looking to basically manage his modeling career?
Correct.
Okay. I used to model, but it was on radio.
Okay.
Probably best.
So we had an agreement that we would come together for me to manage him. The agreement was that we would go half on the expenses. In the interim, we started with a photo shoot.
Originally, the idea was that you would split expenses. Would you also split profits?
Well, the profits would be, I would get 20% of whatever he got from a profit.
From a modeling job.
So that was the agreement. And in January, we started to book a photo shoot with a local photographer. I paid the deposit for that. I paid for the pictures for that. And he was going half on that. He did give me some money, but it wasn't the total money. But then as other expenses occurred, he would just give me money as time went on. So the next step was we did signed up for John Casablanca, where basically he went to modeling school. He did classes with them. That was like $15.65. And every week, he had to make a payment of like $50.
But the lawsuit specifically, you are asking for $782.50 is half the cost of the modeling classes, you're saying. And you're saying under your arrangement where he would pay half, his half would be $782. And you're saying you haven't received that yet.
The balance was more than that, but he has made payments on that.
When Maya came to me with this business plan, she made it seem like she knew what she was doing. And I was already modeling. This was like not my first rodeo, so I didn't mind helping her.
When you first made the arrangement was that you would split expenses. Why would
the arrangement was for her to manage my career. That's
Right.
what it was. That's what it was.
Okay, was she volunteering?
That's what it was. She came to me and
the conversation never came up with her. How are we going to pay for this?
I don't recall. I honestly don't
How
recall.
convenient.
Did she ever get you any paid gigs?
Like I said, I got paid gigs after our relationship severed.
But she never got you any gigs?
No.
And you're saying that
We had a verbal agreement when I approached him about this that we would go half on the expenses.
during the course of your relationship, did you make any payments to her?
She said I did, yes.
He said he'll give me $50 every other week.
Show me the evidence of that deal.
So the
Is that
first one was
significant?
Exhibit K.
All payments will be $50 from here on. If there's a change, I'll let you know. And you said, okay, starting when? This week, next? So you're saying this is evidence that he obviously was agreeing to pay you $50 every so-and-so?
Every other week.
What does this mean?
I don't know.
Well, it's your word.
I don't recall. I don't have that phone anymore, so I'm not sure what it could mean.
Well, if you're communicating with her about $50 payments, my guess is that you had some kind of deal with her.
Oh, God, Jesus.
I don't remember.
I mean,
Jim.
okay, some friendly advice for you, Maya. If you're going to be in this business, you better have a written contract, or you are going to wind up in court every single time you have a client. So you can't just say, well, we'll split the costs, because he could say, as he's saying now, well, I never agreed to splitting the costs.
after she dropped me as a client, then said agreement still applies?
Yeah.
Do you agree? Oh, hold on, no. Okay, well, I'll answer your question. You asked a fair question. Does it apply from here on out? No, you severed the agreement, and that's fair. You can do that. But why would she bother to pay when there was no immediate benefit to her at all? That maybe one day you'll have lots of jobs and you'll... No, you both were pretty new at the business. I mean,
She was pretty new.
No.
you and
She
her-
wanted
you-
to. She was actually wanted
But
to-
how many
No.
years had you been doing
New
this?
at modeling, not new at managing. Like, my credentials already speak for themselves, Rick. Like, I work
Excuse
for
me,
Bad
what did you
Boys,
ask me?
did other shows.
Hang
Like,
on,
you are
ma'am,
not new to this.
ma'am.
How
Hang
many
on.
years had you been modeling?
About 4 years.
Okay, and did you have another manager?
Did I have a manager?
Yeah.
No.
There is no way in the world you would just say, I'll send you $50 every other week if there wasn't some kind of arrangement ahead of time for a reason to give her $50 a week. I am going to find $782.50 finding for the plaintiff.
Thank you. When it comes to your friends, you definitely have to treat them as if they're just a client as well. Because clearly, when things don't work in their favor, they try to turn the tables.
Plaintiff Chelsea Hart says the defendant lost his car, damaged hers, and owes her money for bailing him out of jail. She is suing for $3,300. Defendant Cameron Pinnell claims the plaintiff is lying and manipulative. He owes nothing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor. I do.
This is case number 057 on the docket.
Welcome to both of you, and I should let everyone know that this is a rendition of virtual verdict. Najee and I, we are here in Connecticut, and you guys are out in Arizona. So through the magic of television, we're going to offer some justice here. We have the plaintiff, Chelsea Hart. You are suing your ex-boyfriend, Cameron Pinnell, for $3,300 for personal loan and property damage. Chelsea, what is your case?
So I'm here to sue my broke baby daddy. We were together for about 4 years, and we broke up like 4 years ago. We have 2 kids together, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. I've loaned him money on multiple occasions, and he's never paid me back. I feel like he's taking advantage of me because I help him all the time, or I loan him money and stuff, and then he goes and he smashed my car window because I didn't want to give him one of my cars.
Yeah, what happened in that case?
Well, he came
I
over.
object, Your Honor.
He came over one morning, banging on the front door, being all obnoxious and loud, and I wasn't even going to let him in, but my kid opened the door and let him in. And so when he got in, he just started being loud and disrespectful and demanding that I give him one of my cars, and because he had just lost his truck a couple days before.
How do you lose a truck? You forgot where it was or what?
Yeah, yeah, actually
Okay.
he did. He forgot where it was. He forgot where he parked it, and then
Sure.
and he still hasn't found it. So I don't know. We don't know what
Sounds
happened to
good.
it.
But he wanted to borrow one of your cars.
Yeah.
And you said no?
Yeah, I said no because he
okay.
came in and didn't even like ask. He was just demanding, and he was really rude, and he was trying to pick a fight with my boyfriend. And so Cameron slapped me in the face in front of my kids and then ran outside so that my boyfriend would go out there after him
Ooh.
and then they could fight or whatever. Immediately after that, after they left, because we shut the door and locked it or whatever, and then he went and he took a hammer to the back window on my car.
Okay. And what do you have to add to this?
I was in the kitchen, and I hear
Yeah.
the slap noise, and so I go out there, and he's running out the front door. I go see what's going on, and he's got another guy with him, and I ain't all about that. So I go back inside, and she's upset. And a little time goes by, and I'm going outside, and I notice the car window's smashed.
What about that particular incident?
First and
You
foremost,
went into her house and you slapped her?
Your Honor, it's a pleasure to be in your presence. She is good at manipulating and fooling and playing victim. She has several guys she's seeing, including myself.
Oh my God.
The gentleman that I was there with was actually one of the guys that she was seeing. He wanted to fight.
Did you break that window?
No,
I'm
I did not, Your Honor.
saying, how did that window break?
It was her side piece, the guy that she was talking about that I showed up with. He wanted to fight Brandon, and he was actually the one who busted the window. You know, I came over there to see my kids. I'm friends
Okay.
with her side flings, which are, there's a couple of them.
You call that a side piece?
A side piece,
Side.
yes. There's several side pieces. As
Yeah, well, I want to, there's a front piece, there's a back piece, this is a side piece.
all
I
kinds of
don't know.
pieces. As long as they don't fit, the
Learn
pieces don't
something
fit.
new every day, Judge.
Okay. You specifically, Chelsea, have sued for, I see, 4 things here. The car damage, which you listed and showed damages for $200.
And I have
Oh, okay.
text messages that he admitted to smashing it with a hammer, or admitted to smashing it anyway.
If you could read me the part, because there's a whole bunch of places here.
Okay, yeah. So I say, you broke my window, and then he says,
we'll leave out the adverb.
okay. He says, I didn't mean to. I cut my finger off. Bad, bad. Because he cut his finger when he broke the window, and he had to go to the hospital and get all kinds of stitches.
Okay, this is colorful language, and there you go. Okay,
But, you know, as far as owing her money, which the car is actually in her name, and I didn't lose the car, it disappeared. And to this day, she still hasn't reported stolen. Only she could do that because it's in her name. And as far as that goes, I gave her a car in exchange to get mine out. Also, at the same time, I give her EBT every month for my kids, $200. I just think this is for other reasons besides me owing her money.
You're always
But
taking advantage.
the truth always comes to light, Your Honor.
you're also suing him for unpaid loans.
Yeah, so basically I got his truck out of the impound one of the first times he lost it, and I paid $500 to get it out. I also loaned him money to get hotel rooms because he doesn't have anywhere to live right now, and he wants to see his kids, so in order for him to spend time with his kids, I get him hotel rooms, and he says he's going to pay me back, but he never has. And then I bonded him out of jail numerous times. I always am doing things for him, and he's always promising to pay me back, but he never does.
Now, this specifically, on July 30th of 2020, you're saying you loaned him $1,000 to get the car out of the impoundment lot, right?
Yeah. Well, I got it
Okay,
out for him.
Then
yeah.
then there's also the paying the bail and court fees to get him out of jail, and that came to $1,144.87. Cameron, why were you in jail?
Just for, you know, different reasons. I believe it was just a traffic
Yeah, there usually are
miscommunication.
different reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this business about when you're spending time with your children, you guys get a hotel room for that?
Yes, Your Honor. I've currently been going through a difficult situation, and I hate asking for help, but I expected her to be there. Just due to the fact that I was the father of the kids, and you would want me better for me to help you. You know, no matter our differences, I would always want the best for her, you know, even when we're not together. And it
Okay,
just seems like she's kicking
I
me down when
understand,
I'm already
yeah.
on the ground, you know?
Yeah, I'm just asking, I'm not being critical, I'm just asking why a hotel room to be with
Because
your
I didn't
kids?
have a home at the time, and then he
okay.
didn't agree with me being there because for other reasons. But he's going through the same issues I was going through
When
when
you
we
want
were
to break
together.
from the kids, you want to break from the
And
kids.
whether they want to
You
sit
don't
here and
want 'em there.
manipulate or lie to the court, the truth will come to light. She broke my heart. They say you can't help who you fall in love with, but that's why I got a tattoo on my face, you know, of a broken heart, you know?
We get him hotel
So-
rooms because he steals our stuff whenever he watches the kids at the apartment, and we got sick of that, so we usually just get him hotel rooms so we don't have to deal with that. And
It's
then,
easy to put the blame on someone else.
So why do you think she's suing you?
To embarrass me or to make, you know, she's in a mess of her own. She has several side pieces, front pieces, back pieces.
Your
Well-
Honor, he stole my car while I was in the hospital giving birth to our second kid. He's taken.
Objection, Your Honor.
I've
Who
not
doesn't
really
have my
given
last
him,
name?
but he's taken
Okay.
multiple cars from me, and I've never gotten them back. And one time was while I was in the hospital having our second kid. He said he needed to see the car key so he could go downstairs and smoke a cigarette, and I didn't see him again for at least 24 hours.
Your Honor, if I may.
And he just came to shower, and then he left again.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah.
Those kids are beautiful, and they're both my kids.
Is that true what she just said, though?
Not
That
exactly,
He showed
no,
up,
I'm pretty
grabbed
sure-
the keys and left?
No, Your Honor, that is not the truth. The truth is that I was told that my second kid was not mine, but that she didn't want to be alone at the hospital giving birth, so I was there for her. And that's why he doesn't have my last name, but that he is mine, regardless of the situation.
Is that true?
Whenever I had my second kid, I wasn't sure if it was him or someone else who was the dad. But since then, but even then, you don't got to steal my car while I'm in the hospital. Just had a baby. And it is turned out to be his kid anyway.
He's mine. He is mine.
However you feel towards each other, you got 2 kids. And
Yeah.
whatever you feel, your young children can't see mom and dad, who's ever at fault, at each other's throats. That just has to be taken elsewhere.
Absolutely.
And I'm trusting you both want the best for your kids. It sounds like you do.
Yes.
Neither one of you said anything that reflected that you don't love your children. Right. So that's not the crime here. That's not the difficulty. The difficulty is that you're so angry at each other, and I'm not saying you don't have reasons, but you're angry at each other, and when the kids see that, they don't understand, and that's unsettling. The only security they have in the world at this age is mom and dad. That's their world. And even the guys that come into Chelsea's life, you guys just got to know, you're all adults, there are little children involved. The fights can't happen in front of the kids. You just got to suck it up for that moment and then get on with your fights later on if that's the only way to do it. But wow, those are scars. And the kids, they won't talk about it now, but when they're 8 and 15 and 22, I swear to you, they will remember. And it's just not worth it. It's just a really bad thing to do. So that's just the advice you didn't ask for, but just as person to person. And if you were my best friends, I'd tell you that. Okay, I'm going to get specific with what the suit is about, because you mentioned a lot of issues here. And I'm not suggesting they're not big issues. I'm just saying they're not relevant to the suit. You should not have to pay for that window. You sued for $200 on that, and you're entitled to the $200. I'm getting the truck out of the impoundment lot and paying the jail bond, $1,145. You should get that too. And the reason I say that, Cameron, is I understand when you guys are together and you still have a relationship, even though you split up because you have the children.
Yes.
That's on you. She shouldn't have to pay because you wind up in jail or your car gets impounded, et cetera. So that is your responsibility to pay.
Yes.
Now, on the hotel, I'm going to split that between the two of you in terms of the cost, because you both had some reasons why the hotel was a good idea for you to be with the kids in that location. And because of that, and you're both the parents, so you both have to take some of that responsibility. So putting that together, the smashed car window, the jail bond, the impoundment lot, and half of the hotel costs comes to $2,825. So I find for the plaintiff.
Thank you. Made me look like a whore on TV. I'm satisfied with the verdict. It's a start to everything that he owes me, I feel like. But yeah, I'm happy that I got some money back.
I just want what's best for her as a mother of my kids.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.